This one always makes me chuckle a little bit. I was at Costco a couple weeks ago, and I heard another couple walking, and they grabbed something. I didn't even see what it was that they grabbed, but the woman said, "Is that septic safe?" I want to set it straight for you. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 3 of Ask The Pumperdude. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're healthy. These times that we're in right now are absolutely insane. The way things are changing day by day, almost hour by hour, minute by minute. It's been pretty stressful. I can admit that. But I want to come to you and answer some more of your questions. The first thing I want to let you guys know is that we are still here for you. We are considered essential workers. We are considered essential under 2 categories: the water and wastewater section, and the transportation of waste materials. So the governor wanted to make sure that public health and safety were going to be protected throughout this wild time of the coronavirus. And I just want to let you know that we are still open. We're ready to serve you. We're offering a couple different options during this time. What we're offering all of our regular services, but we're also offering a no contact option as well. And the way that works, when you go ahead and schedule with us, whether you call the office and schedule over the phone, or you can always schedule on our website at djseptic.net//schedule. Just put it in the notes or let us know over the phone that you'd like a no contact appointment. And what that means is we'll just take your credit card information over the phone. We'll put that on file to take payment after the service is complete. When our technicians show up on site, they'll just give you a call, let you know that we're there, ask you any questions that we may have over the phone. And then you can direct us to wherever the tank is at, and let us know any information or questions that you have. And then we'll go ahead and take care of the service. Once we're complete, we'll let you know what we found, and we won't do any exchange of paperwork or payment on site. We will email you the invoice. And so there will be no contact. So we just want to make sure that everyone is staying safe. All of our drivers are equipped with hand sanitizer in our trucks. They've been instructed to wash their hands every chance they get. Continuously use the hand sanitizer throughout the day. We're keeping our at least 6 foot distance from any other people, and respecting anybody's area, so that we're keeping distance, we're keeping everyone safe, keeping our drivers safe, and making sure that we're doing our job to mitigate the spread of the virus. So again, we're open, we're here for you. Go ahead and schedule like normal. We can take care of any issues that you have or any of your regular maintenance. We're ready to go. So we've got a few questions for today's episode, and this one always makes me chuckle a little bit. I was at Costco a couple weeks ago, and I heard another couple walking, and they grabbed something. I didn't even see what it was that they grabbed, but the woman said, "Is that septic safe?" And and it always makes me laugh. I'm sure it was it was probably either toilet paper or wet wipes. I want to set it straight for you. There's not really a septic safe toilet paper. Toilet paper is toilet paper. The differences that you're going to have between one roll over another is, number one, the thickness. You know, if you got 1 ply, 2 ply, 3 ply, 12 ply, the thicker the toilet paper, the more you're throwing down in each flush. The more solids you put in the tank, the more often you're going to need to clean the tank. And then other things that you want to think about with toilet paper, it's best to avoid any of these ones that have a fragrance or color, you know, different colors or anything like that. Just your regular old toilet paper it's all septic safe. It's all going to break down. The bacteria in the tank is going to break down all the solids that come into it. But you just want to be mindful, the thicker the toilet paper you use, the more solids you're putting into the tank. And the more solids you put into the tank, the more often that you're going to need to service a tank. So don't be fooled by the label on the toilet paper. There's no need to pay an extra few dollars to get this one that says it's septic safe. Toilet paper is, for the most part, toilet paper. Now, the bigger issue, flushable wipes. Should we be flushing wipes down the toilet? No, we shouldn't be flushing wipes down the toilet. They don't break down the same as toilet paper, and you know it's those wipes are more of a cloth-like material. When we come to a tank where the household uses a lot of wipes and they're flushing them down the toilet, it's one of the worst things that we come across, because they just collect on the top of the tank and they build up on each other and they stick together and they get real hard to break apart. We've actually had hoses clog up solid where we can't even vacuum or push that wad of rags, we call them. Those wipes just get built up on each other and they'll clog right in our hose. We've had to throw them out or cut them out and use them for something else. So you can imagine what those things can do once they get into your septic system. You know, we're pulling at a really high vacuum, and we can't pull a lot of that stuff through our hose. Imagine what that does if it builds up in your line somewhere. If you have a filter in your tank, imagine if it gets into the filter, it's going to plug it up solid. It's going to cause you to back up in the house. Just because it says it's flushable doesn't mean it's okay to go into the septic tank. Flushable means it'll get through the toilet. There's a lot of things that'll get through the toilet. Trust me. We've seen phones back in the day, beepers, toys. There's a lot of things that can make it through a toilet. And they've made toilets a lot better over the last couple decades, that they're able to flush a lot stronger, and they can push a lot larger and stranger items through the toilet. But just because it can get through the toilet doesn't mean it's okay to get down the lines in your plumbing, and it doesn't mean it's okay to get into your septic tank. So just because it says it's flushable doesn't mean it should be flushed. There are some lawsuits throughout the country. I know one of them was New York City, and they were suing one of the big manufacturers of the wet wipes because they were advertising that they were flushable. And they were causing such a big issue in the New York City sewer system, clogging up pumps, plugging up lines. It has become an incredibly large headache for municipalities all over the country, I'm sure all over the world. And so you can always take your keys from the larger big brother, I guess you could call it. Those municipalities can't handle it. You shouldn't expect your on-site wastewater system to be able to handle it. So you've got to be careful of what you're flushing down the toilets. The best rule of thumb that we always say is you should just not flush anything other than waste and toilet paper down the toilet. Just keep it real simple. You're going to avoid blockages in your lines. You're going to avoid the extra solids that are going to accumulate in the tank that's going to cause you to need to clean your tank more often. And you're just going to have a healthier septic system overall. So be mindful of what you flush down the toilet, and educate your family. There are always misconceptions. There's, like when I got married, my wife had never lived on a septic system. We got married, we moved in, we had a septic system. And I had to educate her on what is okay and what's not okay when using the system. So educate everyone in your household. Make sure, remind them. It is important. No one wants to have to deal with an issue. So why are we going to allow things to go down the toilet or down the sink that are going to cause an issue? So just educate, and we try to remind all of our customers anytime we see anything that's in a septic tank that shouldn't be there. We just we note it for them. If we are having a conversation, we'll let them know we found this in here. It shouldn't go in there. We're not judging. We're not we're just sending the message. These things shouldn't be in the tank, and it's best if you address that in the house. So the question again, is that septic safe? I guess the answer is most things aren't. Waste, toilet paper, call it good. Another common question that we get are tank additives. There's a lot of products that you can purchase at the hardware store, at the big box hardware stores. I'm sure you see them online all the time. There are varying opinions on tank additives. From our experience, we've found that for the most part, it makes no difference. If you read the packaging on most of these products, it tells you need to clean your tank every few years, which is normal. We don't see much positive difference when people are diligently using these products. Some of the products that we see are actually detrimental. They leave this buildup of almost sawdust type material in the tank. They'll also, some of them will cause the solids to stay suspended rather than have that good separation where the solids should separate to the top and the bottom, leaving a clean water in the center part of the tank. That center part of the tank is what moves onto the drain field. So if you put a product into the tank that keeps those solids from separating like that, and it keeps them suspended in that middle throughout the tank, then we know we're just pushing solids out to the drain field. And that's completely contrary to the function of the septic tank. The whole point of the septic tank is to prevent solids from getting out to the drain field. We want to make sure that just a nice clean water is moving on. We've seen just a couple real anecdotal instances where some of these real high count bacteria products have made a difference, and it's really hard to pinpoint. We only know of 2 instances where the homeowner was using a real high count bacterial product, and they were seeing that the solids were not accumulating in the tank. We have not been able to pinpoint, are these solids just disappearing, or are they going somewhere? And then at the same time, is this being matched up with a household that may have very few people in the home? Are they very, very mindful of what they put down the toilet? We have customers periodically who, a lot of times from different cultures, that don't flush the toilet paper down the toilet. They put the toilet paper in the garbage and throw it out. And that makes just an incredible difference in the amount of solids that are in the tank. So outside of a couple cases, we see very little effect from any of these products. And the only time we've ever seen anything that makes us think, well, maybe it's doing something, it's with a real potent product. It's not something that you can just get at the hardware store. And it's, like I said, 1 or 2 cases of a very expensive, high potent product. And just for the one example, I know that they were probably spending 1.5 to 2 times the cost of regular septic tank cleaning maintenance on these products, and with no real understanding of where the solids are going. Everything that we know about septic tanks is that the bacteria in the tanks breaks down the solids. It takes a large amount of solids and breaks it down into a smaller amount. In that breakdown process, there's a byproduct, which is a solid, and that's typically the sludge accumulation that we find in the tank. And that's the reason that we're cleaning the tank, is to get rid of that buildup of accumulated solids. So if that's the case, then it makes us wonder, where are those solids going in those few cases where it seems like the products are working. So we're constantly educating ourselves. This is a topic that interests me quite a bit, because if there is a product out there that is that helpful and is economic for our customers, I want to be able to provide that. A long time ago, we used to sell one of these high count bacterial products, and we stopped because we weren't sure that we were offering something that was really a necessary product for the health of a septic system. We started seeing people changing their habits in the house, having more of an effect on what's going on outside than putting these products in. So that's kind of our stance right now. Every once in a while we do have homeowners that will bring different products to our attention. It's in my plans right now to put together some kind of a scaled down size of a septic tank with a drain field. So my biggest thing is I want to know where these solids are going. Are they just being dissolved into nothing, or are they being pushed on? So what I would like to do is just create a small scale septic tank that drains into a drain field, which would show if solids are getting pushed out. And so we'll introduce some septic materials into the septic tank and simulate the water use that would happen in the house, and see what these different products do. So if you have a product that you use that you believe is making a significant impact on your septic system, leave us a comment and let us know what the name of the product is and where you got it from. I would love to get a few of these that people are believing in and put them to the test. See if they're actually doing something. And if they are, I'll be happy to share that with everybody. If somebody's got a great product, I'd be happy to put that out for everyone to know about. So, tank additives, we don't recommend them because we haven't seen the real evidence yet, outside of a couple small instances. And then another thing I don't think I mentioned yet, our local health departments in our area do not recommend additives. One county in particular, when you sell a home, you have to go through the time of sale inspection process. In their letter that states that the home is okay to be sold because it passed the inspection, it gives some recommendations as far as how often you should clean your tank. Your water softener should not be going into the system. Several things, and one of the items is tank additives should not be used. So this is not something that is, I'm not against the idea, but I'd like to get some more real evidence from the researchers, from the people that are really looking at it at a biological level, not just anecdotal evidence here and there where it seems like something really good is happening. So we'll keep looking into that, and any information we get, we'll be sure to pass that along. So I just want to give a huge shout out to all of our frontline workers, the doctors and nurses, all our healthcare professionals. It's been a real crazy time dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic. It's scary. It's been a little hard to deal with. And I know if you got kids, you know exactly what I mean by hard to deal with. The uncertainty is really, I think, the thing that is toughest to deal with. If we knew, okay, a month we're going to be done with this, we can move on, it would be a lot less stressful. But the changing information day to day, you never know what they're going to say tomorrow. So I just want to give a little encouragement. Try to relax. Make sure that you're getting positivity in your life. For me, I like to listen to positive podcasts and watch. There's some YouTube shows that I enjoy. Just make sure that you're getting a good book or watching something or listening to something that is keeping some positivity in your mind. I allowed myself, because we own and operate a couple different businesses that are highly impacted by this situation, and so we've been constantly monitoring what everybody's saying, and it became so consuming, and all the negativity that's involved in it, the scare and the fear, and it was really affecting me negatively. So I just really reminded myself to get get good stuff coming into my mind as well, so that I can combat all of the stress and negativity that we're dealing with in the world right now. So don't forget that. Please stay safe. Please stay home, and we'll get through this. We'll be stronger on the other side. We always are. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, please subscribe. We'll let you know when the next episodes hit, and always get your questions in, because that's what this is all about. We want to educate and inform homeowners on anything that has anything to do with septic systems. So thanks for tuning in. Again, my name is Jake Chamberlain. I'm with D&J Septic Services, and this has been Ask the Pumperdude. Have a great week, guys.